Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and there are some people freaking out on social media today about the price of XRP and crypto, broadly speaking. I am not one of those people. I am feeling absolutely fantastic. Never been happier. But XRP, at the time I'm recording this, is 57 cents, so it's down a fair bit. But why is this happening? Well, because of Bitcoin. So look, XRP is doing what it has always done, moving in tandem with Bitcoin. And as I always say, not down to the second, the minute, the day, the week, so on and so forth, but it has directional. If you zoom in on a chart, you can very clearly see it. But Bitcoin's in the 27,000s. So it has cratered on down. It wasn't long ago, it popped briefly anyway, above $30,000. Now it's in the 27,000. So Bitcoin has gone down, and XRP and everything else has followed. It doesn't matter. And in fact, I'm going to keep this video rather positive because there is no reason to be freaking out here. Typical stuff happening right now, as you'd expect when directionally this type of price action occurs. Here's a headline from the Crypto Basic. Whales begin large XRP transactions as XRP falls to crucial support levels. That's right. So everybody that's freaking out today, panic selling their XRP, who do you think they're selling to? There's always a buyer on the other end of these transactions. And I'll tell you what, some of those buyers are splishy, splashy whales getting aquatic AF. That's exactly who it is for a lot of this. And then also, again, like I said, staying positive in this video, you know it's an inevitability, right, that there will be a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States, right? Hopefully that's not something that's disputed. Even if we disagree on what the timeline for such a thing might look like. And I would argue probably if you fast forward 12 months from now, at some point within that time frame, we probably will get this thing approved for a number of reasons, not the least of which is the fact that BlackRock has already filed. I think they're going to be the winner. And the SEC can only delay that as far as March of next year. And I just don't think that they're going to want BlackRock suing them. I'd be, I mean, it could happen. I'm just saying I'd be really surprised if that happened. So what do you think that's going to mean for crypto prices? So people are freaking out today. What about big picture? Do prices continue to trend up over time as they've been for 14 years as more institutional money than ever before just plows into this? Because I'm telling you, you can see the headline on the screen here. Fundstrat's Tom Lee sets Bitcoin price target of $150,000 on ETF approval. And folks, it's simple supply and demand. That's what he's getting at here. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, last night, as XRP price was going on down, I shared the following because I genuinely do not feel the negative emotions that many people are feeling when XRP price goes down. I just don't care. It doesn't make sense to be freaking out. It has nothing to do with the long-term viability of XRP. It has nothing to do with utility, any of that stuff. And so I wrote the following. I know some people are worried about XRP dropping to 58 cents today. I've been holding XRP for almost 6 years. I've never sold a single XRP. To me, this is just another day that ends with the letter Y. I held XRP at the all-time high. I held XRP at 10 cents. I held XRP at every price in between. I feel no emotions when the price goes down. I believe either XRP goes to zero or we see a new all-time high. Everything in between doesn't matter. You know my bet. Yeah, and so somebody's actually given me trouble for not selling XRP at the all-time high, but I didn't care because I didn't have that much XRP. It was hard to get money into crypto at the time, and there were limits and all sorts of stuff. So it wouldn't have remotely mattered if I sold all of my XRP on January 4th, 2018 when it hit its all-time high. So don't give me grief on that. It doesn't make sense. But the broader point, the more important point I was making here is I like all of the price action in between, it's all just noise in the end. I still firmly believe that one of two things is going to happen big picture. Either I'm wrong about the long-term viability of XRP and it goes to zero. That's possible. Or I'm right, and at some unknown point in the future, XRP will hit a new all-time high. Because I'm telling you, to me, it's a binary bet. It's not going to just flutter around here like it's been doing for over half a decade. It can't do that forever. That doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Especially as more and more money flows into crypto in general. What, XRP is just going to stay at this price range and then drop out of the top 10, but not go to zero? Come on. One of those things is going to happen. I think it's going to hit a new all-time high in enterprise discovery. Then that's why I place my bet accordingly. And there's no way I can know. I don't make price predictions on top of that. And I don't pretend to know what the timeline's going to look like. And weird stuff has happened over the last nearly 6 years I've been in crypto, including the SEC attacking attacking my investment. Basically, it's effectively what the result was, right? Because I think we would have seen a new all-time high for XRP if not for the SEC. Think of what happened in 2021 when things were euphoric. But it's okay. XRP, look, it's moving in tandem with Bitcoin. I just don't care. All this noise in between, it's going to end up not mattering. And then there was also this. Yeah, look at this headline. Again, whales begin large XRP transactions as XRP falls to crucial support levels. A tale as old as time. And this information, that article is actually written about a post from Santiment, which does on-chain analytics. Fantastic firm. And they wrote the following. As the crowd feels the pain, there are several assets seeing an increase in whale activity as they attempt to capitalize on the discounted prices. And so there are four that they're talking about. One of them is XRP. And I just wanted to make the broader point. It's no more complex than that. As the price goes down, the whales get excited. They take advantage of your fear. So you can be fearful. I mean, I guess feel everyone feel. You do you, girl. I'm just saying. It doesn't make sense. And then the people who are more financially savvy are going to take advantage of you. I'm just saying. So let's just focus on the positive. XRP's got legal clarity. I think it's a virtual certainty we are going to see a spot Bitcoin ETF, but not just that we'll see it, but that we'll see it within, the next year. I mean, really, realistically, more likely even by March at the latest. That would be my for fun guess anyway. So let's jump into this piece. Fundstrat's Tom Lee sets Bitcoin price target of $150,000 on ETF approval. Now, my friends, if this is correct and this does happen, can you imagine what this will mean for the price of XRP? Because that's a great multiplier effect for Bitcoin, given that there's already a ton of money in Bitcoin, so it takes a lot more flowing in to get a multiplier effect. And so, yeah, you're talking about, what about a five-fold increase? Maybe a little more than that. So it's for Bitcoin, that's good, actually. Now, that's not particularly appealing if you're looking for Moon and Lambo. I get that. We're looking for the big percentage increases when we're in crypto, but those days are gone for Bitcoin. There's already too much money that's flowed into it. But again, with XRP directionally doing the same thing as Bitcoin, the multiplier effect is just gonna dwarf Bitcoin's. That's why this is exciting here. Piece reads as follows. Bitcoin bull Tom Lee of Fundstrat Global Advisors says that the crypto king could be about to launch nearly 420% from current prices if the right fundamentals line up. In a new CNBC interview, Lee says that crypto is dependent on monetary policy and benefits from cooling inflation given that central bank easing can be expected soon thereafter. And by the way, actually, let me mention something real briefly too. And I mentioned this yesterday, so I'm not going to harp on this, but it's worth reminding given all these dynamics that are at play here. But there has just been a flood of institutional money into XRP for this entire year. First, leading up to the conclusion of the SEC v. Ripple case, institutions were placing their bets that things would be to the positive for XRP. That did end up happening. And then you saw a further increase after that. It's been rare to see weekly outflows of XRP. It happened just a few times this year. Every other week, just institutional money flowing into XRP. These are the institutions placing their bets before we see the next euphoric rise in crypto markets. But here's a quote from Tom Lee. I think crypto is the residual allocation based on what the central bank could do. And of course, Bitcoin separately has this catalyst if the ETF, where in the window where we'll start to see the potential for the SEC approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF, end quote. The investor says that the approval of a spot-based Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF, could be the catalyst that sends Bitcoin well over six figures. Without the spot ETF, Lee says that Bitcoin still has tailwinds from its halving next year, but that alone won't be enough to push Bitcoin above the $100,000 mark. And he said, quote, if the spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved, I think the demand will be greater than the daily supply of Bitcoin. And so the clearing price is over $150,000. It could even be like $180,000. So there's still upside catalyst because of the halving next year. So you'll have a drop in supply again. So the clearing price has to increase, but it won't be six figures. End quote. So, again, as far as I'm concerned, this is an inevitability. This is going to happen at some point. I'd be absolutely flabbergasted if I could just time travel 12 months into the future, and if there's not approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF, I would be very surprised. And so, fine, maybe I get it wrong, but I don't find that to be particularly probable. So what does that mean, though, for XRP? And again, I think the answer is it's going to be very good. So, yeah, people can be sad today, and why is XRP at 57 cents? We just got legal clarity. Well, it's not going to help you any to be wallowing like this in misery, but it also doesn't matter. XRP is doing what it's always done, moving in tandem with Bitcoin. We can't control it, so who cares? There's nothing broken with XRP. There's nothing wrong about it. But I see people saying stuff like that on social media. Like, there must be something wrong. It's got legal clarity and it's 57 cents. No, it doesn't matter. We don't get to choose that, right? Not on an individual level. I couldn't be more optimistic for the long-term viability and price increase for XRP. So I'm just going to sit here and be more patient than everyone else and not let this negatively impact my feels. I'm just not going to do it. Because people are their own worst enemy when it comes to investing. First, you start feeling negative emotions because price goes down, and then you make stupid financial decisions based on your feels. I'm not going to be one of those people. It just ain't happening. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!